when you're trying to bring something to life, what is the smallest possible way it can exist? So remember when I told you like, oh yeah, I had that big university dream and vision. When I told you I've been carrying that for like forever. When I asked myself, what's the smallest way that could live, breathe, and exist? It was as a workshop on top of a cafe in Elephant and Castle. And the reason why it took that shape and form is because I asked myself, what's a university really? So that's a house where bare lectures happen.
Doing well. I hope you're looking after yourselves. Welcome to the final episode of season 7 of the Student Guide. We can't believe it, but we're here, 70 episodes with amazing conversations with amazing people. We have learned from incredible entrepreneurs, music producers, freelancers, creatives, a lot of people. We're now celebrating the 70th episode with a special person. I've known this person for some time, but I don't like to do introductions. So instead, I'm going to hand over to our amazing guest today, Akil. Thank you for coming on.
Hi.
Could we know a bit more about you and what you do?
No. You cannot know nothing about me. Because number one, like this has to be said, Jeffrey's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I got to meet Jeffrey in a capacity of like hiring. Like I had the privilege to work with Jeffrey over the last 2 years, and actually his energy is contagious, and that's why I'm here. I read every impact report that he's ever participated in, and everyone says, they love Jeffrey. And when they tell you they love Jeffrey more than they love me, you know what? Credit where it's due, innit? Credit where it's due. So 70 episodes in, like he got a book in you come in. Like you could actually make all of that into like one really compelling book.
Okay.
Because you've got all the audio and then you've got all the AI tools now. So like it's not like it was 5 years ago. So there's a deep book in there.
Okay.
I think you should do that.
Okay.
But yeah, who am I? My name's Akil. I am an entrepreneur. I have spent the last 10 years using my personal brand to build things I believe in. I have worked across design, technology, health, futures, business. I've done that with some amazing people and some amazing partners. And I've got to impact hundreds of thousands of people, and I'm really proud of that. So, hi. Yeah. But really, I'm just here for the vibes, to be honest. Honestly, if the vibe wasn't right, I could never have done the work. If the team wasn't right, I could never have done the work. If the people wasn't right, I could never have done the work. And so, yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
That's the truth.
Thank you. I actually should have said this at the start. Because when you mentioned hiring, so avid listeners and watchers of all our podcasts, but I think I mentioned it in this one specifically, will know I talk about a story where I was asked a surprise question in an interview. Akil was the person that asked me that question.
What did I ask you?
You asked me... It was good. You asked me a question of why did I apply for this job? Because I didn't have background in program management necessarily. I had entrepreneurship as a part of my master's, but my undergrad was in environmental science. So you were I just want to know why you applied for this job. I said, when you asked it, I thought the interview went left. So I was just I'm not going to get called back for a second interview. So when I did, and then even when I got the job, I was surprised. So I've talked about this story, but this is the context.
Tell me this story.
Okay.
Tell me. I wasn't there.
Okay. So as I mentioned, you and the team manager were interviewing me. And, an interview, I thought, it was going well. I was I'm not going to jinx it, but I think this is going well. And then you were just also, I've just got a quick question I want to ask. Could you explain why you applied for this job? And you're just I don't mean this in a rude way, but I'm just saying you don't necessarily have entrepreneurship or program management in your career path currently. Yeah. So you were just why are you applying for this? And I was it wasn't one of the questions I was expecting, but I can answer. I spoke about that I'm a business founder, I'm a Black business founder, so I know about my own journey with running a business. But then I said I've gained support, or I've learned how to do stuff either on a budget, free, have to think creatively about how you work or how you can show the impact of your work as well. Mm-hmm. I was just I just want to be in a place where I can offer this advice and share it with the community that I understand what they're going through. And then you're just yeah, cool, thanks for the answer. And I was I couldn't gauge if you're happy with it or if you were cool, this is like, we've heard this already like 3 times. So when the interview ended, I was like, cool. So like, this was a good opportunity to like, think about what to do for the next one. But I like like every time I mention it, I said I like that question. It was unexpected, but it was like, it's a good question to ask. And it was like, got me to think about why actually I applied for the job.
All right, we're grateful for you to be here, right? But I guess probably that answer is what got you the job. Because we already had a team member who was like program management, right? So what I was looking for in an individual was someone more complementary to that. I'd rather have people that are complementary to each other than have 2 duplicates, right? And so I was really looking for someone to complement like your team member. Like I wanted you two to be able to stretch each other and push each other and pull each other and like iron sharp as iron. And so when I heard your point of view, I was just like, yeah, I need that there every day because that's exactly what I want to instill in that person. And then from you not coming from this space, I was just like, there's a whole world of tools and skills you'll learn from this that you can apply and take. And so, yeah, it seemed to work out because like, what is this, 2.5 years later? A hiatus and a comeback and a contract extension and like, we're here. So I think that's actually like, it's a testament to team building, isn't it? And exceptional teams, exceptional companies are built from exceptional people. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
That's such a cool story. Thank you. Because like, I think sometimes I know me, I just go about the world so nonchalant and just in my own world. I don't remember. I'm just like, sweet, we made a great hire, and every time it turns out to be that again and again and again. So like, yeah, we appreciate you.
Thank you. And yeah, like I said, like I've like get into more about this later, but like I said, like it's been great working here. It's also been great to learn more about you. Actually, I don't even think I mentioned. Maybe I did mention it in the interview, but like I found out about the program through a guest on our gaming podcast. So Andy from Streamcast, we interviewed him. He spoke about BBR and like his experience and all of that. So when even this job like came up, I was like, oh, this is the program he was talking about. Like, let me like check in and see. Cause yeah, I was like, originally, cause I was certain I applied for cohort 4, but then I was like, I don't remember if I was going to, and then I missed out. But I was like, anyways, the job to work it came up. Like, I can still gain the knowledge and skill. So yeah, so the job came at the right time.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%?
Like, you shoot your shot. You're here now. And I think that's the same. Because like, I guess a lot of the guests the reason why I'm here is because I was like, Jeffrey's interviewing all the guests from our program. And I was like, I want to play too. Like, I'm a big kid at heart, right? So I was like, I want to play too. But then, I guess where I'm trying to land is going through all of those people and then seeing all of that impact and seeing all those things and seeing how you've been a part of all of their stories. I was just like, this is sick. And so when it comes down to, did I apply or not? You're here now because the same way like everyone else, they shot their shot and they're here. And I think what I really try and focus on is pouring into everyone so they have such a transformative experience, right? Because money comes and goes, it really does, but once you have that skill to make it, or once you have that skill to feel confident around it, or once you have that skill to say, you know what, this, and I think this is actually the most important thing, this is the idea out my brain. I'm gonna articulate it, I'm gonna lay out a plan to realize it, then I'm gonna recruit people and recruit people to join me and execute along the way. And like, you get that snowball effect, and next thing you know, you've got this thing. I think it's such a profound experience. And such a liberating experience, because once you can do that, no one can stop you, you know? 100%. And once you've got the confirmation bias of probably doing that 10, 20, 30, 100 times, the world is actually yours. And I think in having everyone around us, like, I genuinely want them to leave with that confirmation bias that they can actually do anything. And I think that's the great thing that we try and do and give, but you have to shoot your shot, innit?
100%.
Like, that all doesn't happen if you do not shoot your shot. And I think, that's how everyone's here.
Appreciate it, man.
Should we do these questions? You should, didn't it? I get what you said. I was like, these are 30 minutes worth of questions, and next thing you know, you said, it's going to be 2 hours. I'm like, it's already half hour in, Jesus. Alright, let's go.
So the first section we're starting with is 44 questions brought by the amazing Amanda from 44 Words.
That's another real G.
Yeah, honestly, like even having these questions has been really great because we were just like, okay, how can we make this 7th season unique? We usually do like 5 questions. We were just like, we don't want to just get people to just introduce them. Let's find a creative way to do it. But literally, like you said, shooting your shot. I told Amanda, hey, this is an opportunity to like
distribute.
Yeah.
She's fire.
Yeah, she honestly, man. Every time we talk about, I say she does amazing work. I tell people to check out the stuff she's doing.
Because Amanda's a publisher, right? But she's one of the illest copywriters you'll meet, and one of the most evocative copywriters you'll meet. I need to actually tell her to probably go like down the copywriter route if she hasn't seen it for herself. But like, there's not many people that would be that great at copywriting. She's got the pedigree now to be the sick. We'll have that conversation. Alright, so Amanda's sick, but Amanda's output, I thought I asked great questions. These ones are exceptional.
They're really good.
So let's have this chat.
All right.
What's the first one?
So the first question, the question Amanda's prepared for you is, what is something you've recently learned about yourself?
When you're bored, don't fill the time. Like, or don't fill the time with new things. When you're bored, don't fill the time with new things. So like, this is a business lesson, but also a personal lesson. Like, I got up into quarter. I had a sensational quarter one. Like, when I say I had a sensational quarter one, like, I had a baby come in. I had stuff all over I had projects to launch and research to do and everything to execute. And you know what? The baby came safely. Thank goodness. Home is fine. Daughters are fine. Work came in, executed like a villain, came out, left with my money, and everything was good. So quarter one was sensational, right? Quarter two, I got into quarter two thinking, just have to, I've got some space now, I've got some maneuverability. I know it takes me about 6 months to make money, right? So I'm like, I want money before the end of the year. Let's try a few experiments, let's try a few things, let's go into these different areas and explore whatever. I just end up overtrading. And so when I describe overtrading, it means that I'm spending my days running around doing stuff that's not paying me directly, and it's probably like 3, 4, and 5 steps away from money, than doing the stuff that, if I actually just do the work, I get invoiced today. And my whole thing of the week is, any day of the week, when I wake up and ask myself, what do I need to do? My answer is money-making activities first. I'm making the fundamental rule of my success. Like, I'm not doing money-making activities first. I'm doing this runaround shit. I'm doing this, try and pull this together here and this. I was like, And then I'm going into the check-ins with the clients that are actually paying me, and I'm like, where are my KPIs at? Like, I'm actually like doing the outcomes of what I promised these people a day, and I'm like, it started off super sensational, you know, it's the quality dropping, and it's not like noticeable to anyone else but me, yeah, until you like maybe look over it with a 6 month stretch, but we don't want to get that far, right? We got 3 months in there, stop that nonsense. But it was just like, turnout was dropping. Quality was still maintaining, but turnout was dropping. I was like, we knew a big part of this job was a marketing job. But if you're spending all your time marketing everything else, you can't just market this one thing, you're gonna. And so, biggest lesson right now, recently, of quarter two, was stop overtrading, and when you're bored, double down on what you're doing. Because you're only doing the extra stuff for the excitement. You're only doing it for the thrill. But actually, if you can stay disciplined and just run your machine, like, everything will come and everything will generate, and probably you'll have an even better platform to go win that other work, because all the stuff you were doing for the play client, or in my world, can be repurposed, reused, re-leveraged, right? And the way I think about it, I think about my job these days as building services and the systems that run them. Because I came from a design background, right? So everything in my mind is a service, a program, a business, of this, of that. It's all a service. Like, what's the proposition? How do we get out there? And how do we put it in someone's hands and take their money along the way? What are the little things that we might have to do, little repeatable things that we have to do along the way to get it out? It's like, put the key in the ignition, turn it on. The car is the service of driving you from A to B, but all the little motors in the inside of making that car work are the systems that make that thing happen, right? So I spend a lot of time doing that, and the systems are actually scalable. Systems are actually repeatable. Systems, especially because I serve majority of the same audience for all the different products and services that I have, I can amplify myself. If I'm here doing too many side quests, how can I build those things? There's only so many time in the day. Like, I'm not even technical. I'm using like AI tools to do stuff. So I need to create ample space for failure. Yeah, if I'm not doing that, I almost failed quarter two. And then the pullback was, I'm cancelling everything. I turned around and said, what's paying me, what's not? Make a list. Cancel, repurpose, cancel. And I think of my life like a flywheel. So if there's something I want to do and the stuff I'm doing today is not feeding into it, if I have to start a whole new set of activity, I'm less likely to do it. And so I'm just like, all the stuff that I was thinking I was doing, what contributes to the flywheel? All right, this contributes to the flywheel over here, it can stay. This contributes to the flywheel over here, it can stay. Now, I already said too many things. When I say too many things, I've only got like 3 paid projects, and they pay well. Why am I talking about 10 side quests? They have to go. And so that's been my like realization maybe last week or so. Did I think I was letting people down? Not at all. Did I even give a whiffly excuse? Not at all. I said, I overtraded. I'm sorry. Like, I want to deliver this with high quality and I can't. Let's come back to it. And that level of maturity and that level of confidence and that level of like, happy to like just choose sense is something that has taken me so long to learn, because like, I remember like 3, 4, or 5 years ago, like, I remember I was in the exact same position, overtrading, won like the biggest contract of my life, persisted to overtrade, failed everything. I was like, I've seen this show before, you know? And it's a feeling that I don't like. I don't like waking up every day with a pit in my throat saying like, there's an insurmountable challenge I have to overcome. Like, for me personally, like, that doesn't feel like entrepreneurship anymore. That just feels like high stakes for no reason. And like, the thrill of it doesn't excite me anymore. Like, the going through it of knowing that, I am more likely to lose this game than win it doesn't feel nice. And and I guess it's back to that confirmation bias I had, right? Like, I've seen myself do mad stuff and win when the odds are stacked against me. See how mad that is? Like, and then you put yourself into more situations where the odds are stacked against you. Sometimes like, play in a large surface area of luck, innit? Sometimes play where the game is easy and win. Like, the money banks the same way, I promise. That's what you have to tell yourself, because like, at half of this job, I'm probably in it because of the thrill. But actually, boring is beautiful and boring banks money. Let me stay steady. Right? And like, I guess the second lesson I learned being all around this was like, don't throw away your advantage. Q1 March, I was in deep advantage. Now it's just like, it's scores evenly tied. It could go either way. What's happening here? The next quarters of the game, I'm not trying to throw away. And so like, I think for maybe, I'll finish this question here, like, for the people who find success easy, so they feel they play it, take some time and think about it. Actually, what's on this plate? What part is actually nourishing for you? What part is putting money in the bank balance? What part is increasing your skills? What part is increasing your network? Because business is actually those 3 things. Everything else is just up for negotiation. But unless it's increasing your skills, increasing your money, increasing your network, that's the only things that increase your value. So now, if it's not that, let's be honest about it. And let's ask ourselves, what's the goal here? If the goal here is to be in business, then those are the 3 priorities. If the goal is to be in lifestyle, then okay, let's add some side quests. But then even if those side quests, are they feeding you? And they don't have to feed your money, but do they feed your spirit? And if they're taken from your spirit every time you engage with it and you're just seeing failure wide open, don't throw away your advantage. Cut it off. Don't throw good money after bad. Don't just say I come this far, cut it off. And the lesson would be, you've got something this far, you can come back to it at a time where it's like, time is everything. So you can come back to it at a time where it's more reasonable, relevant, valuable. You've got a plan for something sick. Hold it, stack it. The amount of times I've got plans for stuff in my back pocket that someone said, I'm interested in this. Pow! and I'd be like, money please. That's happened so many times in my life, it's crazy. Why did I get money to make I remember like 5 years ago, side quest story, but that's the answer. Don't overtrade, firstly. Secondly, don't throw away your advantage. Thirdly, cut it off, but it will come back. Like, shit comes back around all the time. So like, take the plan, park it in a reasonable way. Don't just let it evaporate. Like, document it somewhere and then put it on the shelf, right? And the reason why I say document it somewhere and put it on the shelf, because nothing's wasted. You are that great, right? It's just that your environment is everything. So who you present your idea to will determine its value. I remember like 5-6 years ago, I had this idea. I was doing AI futures work, right? And I had this idea where I wanted to communicate the new challenges AI will present to us as a society as a fable, right? I grew up reading Tortoise and the Hare and stuff like that. So like I realized that fables, and then when you look at Asimov's like rules and like his challenges that he put out, like of like conundrums, basically, you realize that the best educational tools for highly technical people are actually fabled, principled story, right? And that's a fable. Principled story is a fable. And so I was like, I remember wanting to work with one UK client and do this, and they were like, and it was only for like 10 racks, you know, and they were like, Akil, we like you, but no thank you. And I was like, man, that's cold. I'll put it on the shelf. Next thing you know, like, we're on the phone with some Americans and they're talking about some stuff, and I'm just like, well, I got this thing over, and this was like 6 months later, this is what I mean put it on the shelf. I was like, I got this thing over there, right? And they were like, send it to us. You looked at it, it's like £80,000 to write a script. We'll pay 80 grand to write a script. Like, we haven't even made it into a film. It's just IP sitting in the locker. But that's what I mean by, your side quests aren't a waste of time. But you need to be disciplined with yourself. Like, park your stuff. The time will come. And don't waste your advantage, because in putting that down at the time and progressing into other stuff allowed us to like get to the point where we're talking to that particular client or potential client at the time, and it will convert around. Sweet.
That's perfect, man. Thank you. We're gonna go into the first question we've got for you.
That was not the first question.
No, that was that was Amanda's question for you, but now we've got 4 questions to ask you about. I told you, man, 30 minutes.
It was never. I'm sorry, I'm new to the game.
You but you've done a lot of incredible work. You've played a central role in both building Community and DOS.
Yeah.
What sparked your journey into entrepreneurship, particularly with such a strong community focus?
I guess I was always entrepreneurial, so like I had a job since I was 12, and I used to like work on a market stall in South, and like the guy used to come pick me up from my house at 4:30 in the morning, and I used to go do a 12-hour shift. Like, so firstly, like I guess my parents gave me the opportunity to learn about money and skills and stuff. Then I was also enabled, like I wanted my own money, but my parents never buy me video games, and so. And my parents not buying me video games, but giving me freedom. They let me just take a bucket and a sponge and some washing up liquid up and down the street, and they were like, I just asked my neighbours, can I wash their car? And my pitch and my proposition was, this is back in like the early noughties, right? Early to mid noughties. And so my proposition was, you don't have to drive your car to the car wash. I'll wash your car for the same price as the car wash. Because £5-10 back then, innit? Give me the cash. You get a great car, and I got good at it. I used to go out every weekend. Every Sunday I used to go out, and so I used to be coming home with like 100 quid. And so that was between 10 and 15 cars. Take my bucket. My mom made me hire her friend's son, because I was making so much money. So I went into gardening after that as well. I was just like, I started balling out. If you can make £400 a month as like a 11-year-old, what? And this is mid-noughties, as I said, so like if we did adjusted for inflation, I'll probably come home with £1,000 or some nonsense, right? So like, too excessive, maybe 750. But like, that's how I've always been loved, supported, cared for, right? And then I got the opportunity to try these things. I've been given the opportunity to try so much stuff. Now, on top of that, I've learned how to practice. And the reason why this part of the story is important, because like, I had the choice, maybe at 17, to either go be a professional musician or a scientist. and I chose to be a scientist instead of a professional musician. Now, I guess the reason why is because I was a wimp, and I identified the risk in being a musician, and I was just like, oh, I don't think I'm great enough to take the risk. But yeah, still, like, I grew up in the same year, like, where you see like Femi Kolioso doing music. Like, we went to the same music school where you see like Theo Cross doing music or Mark Kavuma, so you're like, actually, these people have gone on to be great musicians, so if you practice with but like, for me, like, it just wasn't as natural to me as it was to them. So big up them guys are amazing. Or Sheila Maurice Gray, like, absolutely amazing, shared space with them, but we were all really young, and they took to it, and I took to the practice of it, but not to it. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to pursue this music thing, but I'm going to take the practice of this music thing. Because I was a semi-professional classically trained musician. So about grade 7, grade 8, could play all the notes, do all the things. I was supposed to be great at it. So I chose to be a scientist because of the risk. I chose that because I was like, also, I believe that a doctor can make more money than a musician, and I wanted the stability. Or I wanted the money. I wanted the money. I wanted the money. And so I pursued that path, and I didn't take the music. I get to about 17, 18. I don't get into med school. So I chose to be the scientist, but I don't get to med school. So I'm like, I'm doing biomedical sciences, so I'm going the long way around. I'm impatient, so going this long way around, like, life is just dragging, and I'm starting to like while out because I'm bored. I've also got this deep fear. I don't like mornings. So if you've never seen me operate, like, I don't operate before 10 o'clock. And even then I'm like, oh, you probably meet me like half midday or something, then like something will happen afterwards. But I don't like mornings. And so I thought that the workplace was never going to be for me because like, this is still, 2013, 2014. So we're still actually like on the later stages of the old world. And I was simply afraid I'd be fired before I'd be able to demonstrate how great I was. Just fired for being late. Because if you tell me to get to work at 9 a.m, I'm not getting there. Like, I'm not getting there. And so like, knowing just my natural self, I was always just petrified of the workplace because I was like, my isms and tisms and like would not be acceptable. I came to learn later on in life that I'm autistic and I've got ADHD. So I had some neurodiversity challenges that I felt but I didn't know how to address or articulate or ask for support with. But I think all of that led me to a space where I was really open to not being in a traditional environment. And then along came Alex and Richard. Like, and how I met them was back to music. Alex and Richard had a recording studio in their friend's house in Eltham. I was writing poetry, I was interested in just experimenting and stuff. 17, 18, you just do what you want, like make stuff, innit? And that's how it all started. Like, we recognized we all had really complementary skills to each other, and that was the first day of Community. Community was a music business as the first thing. And as a music business, we were trying to do like what Spotify did. And give like a digital fan experience. But that takes community. It takes business, because that's a B2B2C model essentially, right? And that's anything you ever see me do is probably a B2B2C model. I'm too lazy to get the consumer one by one, but I know that if I partner with a distributor, that we all work out and I'll get the reach, right? And that's my whole life. So even though you see me do sponsorship, it's like B2B to reach the consumer, C, without me being lazy, right? Or with me being lazy. And that's where the community bug came in. And so after you pivot out of music, we turn around and pivot out into small business tools. And then that's where I'm learning about business, more so than just like from product. I'm learning about business because I'm trying to do customer success. If you're trying to do customer success, how can you make your customers successful? Like, that's a lesson in itself. Then you pivot out of that into healthcare tools, and so now I bring my scientist brain back in because I did finish that biology degree, and then I'm doing like health tech. And health tech is based on this question of, our health tech platforms are based on these questions of, we're doing telemedicine in 2013. We're doing like speak to your doctor through online GP on your phone in 2013 using like unstable WebRTC technology that you can use on your browser, but it's still a bit buggy because this is like the second generation of this tech, right? It's not like it is now. And so we're there and we're again building communities because we're asking the question, why doesn't my grandma is sick? My grandma was sick, Alex's granddad was sick. And some of those questions were, back then those appointments used to be big logistical nightmares for families, right? The sandwich generation parent had to, your parent just in the sandwich generation of having the parents to look after their kids had to take the day off work, probably had to take you out of school, then probably had to go at crack of dawn or whatever awkward time of day to take the day. The person doesn't touch them, asks some questions and maybe just fucks off and then like sends you home with no more new information. If you're gonna send me home with no more new information, let me stay at home, innit? And so that's why we started building out those tools. But in doing that, again, B2B2C model, sell technology to healthcare provider for them to reach other people. But then you've seen us go through different iterations and cycles. Like community was everything. Learning how to engage with community was everything. And so we started building out those skills. After that, we realized we're broke. We tried all this stuff. We're able to get that far to a prototype or first version stage through just sheer skill and grit. But if you're going to make it to like version 30, you need some money. No one's giving black boys from South a stack of cash to do stuff. They're not equity based, not investment based. But they'll give us stuff to build it. They'll give us money to build stuff for them. They'll let us be a service provider, but they won't let us be a product. Market conditions allowed us to be service providers, not product business. And so we built an agency. And so all this building of different things was like, the first stage of our portfolio. Can we build for you now? And so we start building out those skills, and I take all that lesson I learned from customer success and start pouring it into like user research. And so I'm now engaging with end customers all the time to learn about what they might want to need in the new service. Gold, innit? Because now I get to, business coach act or whatever version of myself this is, my 20th version of life. I've lived 20 lives at least. And it all stacks on each other. All the experiences stack on each other for me to be this level of insight, this depth, or this perspective. And that's how community played the huge role, because they were in every product and service and idea or thing that I've ever made.
Perfect, man. I think the only thing I'd say to that is, I'll talk more about it later, but it's been, I think, from working with you, it's great to see how you show up for community as well. Because I've spoken about it before, but like sometimes with people, I would say at your level, it's sometimes as other entrepreneurs, whether up and coming or established or whatever, sometimes it's always like competition, and it's not like, you want to help someone, I want to help someone, let's grow, or let's figure out how to grow.
Maybe there's I am like that though.
Okay.
But my perspective and my philosophy to be about that is really different. I'm choosing where to start. So building on this community story, by the time I get to this agency stage, I've started to learn how to productize all of those chance encounters and processes into making systems to be able to make that stuff repeatable. So now I can recruit I've learned through agency, because agency different projects need different people, right? And I'm the head researcher. So I now learn how to recruit different sets of people for different projects. And again, if you really think about it, the same people that buy shoes are the same people that use healthcare, the same people that brush their teeth are the same people that... So I've learned how to recruit, full stop. Sensational. So instead of recruiting 10 people, can I recruit 20? Can I recruit 30? Can I recruit 100? Actually, I'm recruiting every day. Can I create a database? I've created a database. How many different versions can this recruitment database be repurposed for? What if I just stop being extractive and just asking them to participate in research projects, but I create a forum space instead? Principled, but create systems, repurposed and reapplied systems, iterated on them. So I've got this community tech stack in my head almost of how to reach them and activate them. Then I believe that love and power are two things under which they're shared, they grow, they're not halved or diminished. So now if I'm sharing with you deep love and care for whatever you're trying to do, and if I'm sharing you power through giving you the knowledge to do whatever you want to do, I'm not diminished. I might be a little bit tired emotionally, but on the grand scheme of things, I'm not diminished. But you're empowered and you love me now. And now you'll give me access to everything that you have if I ask you for it. Jeffrey, if I ask you for something today, Jeffrey, I want to reach all your subscribers. Can you send out this email? Pick up the mic.
Yeah, I do.
I know like hundreds of Jeffreys. Because the person, I realised that my thing is B2B2C. Who are the community organisers I want to surround myself with to have an extended reach. Great. And so now I've got really large reach if I learn how to activate it. And so the new things I'm learning to build are digital tools to activate literally the natural networks that I have. Because that's the value. And by taking all these steps of identifying how I build community, building process to like productize that and scale that, taking natural behaviors that I have and identifying where's the real value on it and then building on it. And then now identifying stuff that I can naturally do and saying, okay, how do you get this from a one-off to a one-to-many or one-to-thousands? I used to tell everyone to text me. My whole thing was I don't read emails because I got overwhelmed by them. So I was just like, actually, if you'll stop reading emails. Maybe sometimes, once a week, twice a week. But text me. I started telling everyone to text me. I was like, let me just make a group chat. Taking a natural behavior and I've scaled it. I've got thousands of people in WhatsApp now. If I want to push a message today, I can reach I could probably reach 10,000 people I want to push a message today. That's me taking a natural behavior that I've had, looking at myself, observing it, productizing it, and scaling it, and recognizing that if I'm going to build WhatsApp groups today, actually WhatsApp groups only need like a really short, really clear hook to keep them there. Because you're already in the place that their mom, their grandmother, their husband, their lover, their children are in, right? So now it's like, daily opportunities to grow your business. Couple thousand people. Come and eat healthy food because outside is killing you. Or what is it? Actually, no, let's be more specific. Local community grocery and restaurant offers at a discount. Got a couple hundred people. It goes on and on and on because it's like you realize short hook WhatsApp group scale. Create something, share it, and be a source of something. Right? And I can go on for days about how I think about this stuff because then I've got crazy reach now. And it's repeatable. Now, the thing I heard yesterday, I was at a conference yesterday and someone said like, with stretch goals, you can't take organic means. And that's really interesting to me because like, I think I've maxed out my organic reach now. And so I'm like, how do I reach 25,000 people? How do I reach 100,000 people? Is this even like the way I have to do it? And so like, after hearing that, like, I'm now thinking about, okay, what are the tools and systems to go there? And like, how can I take everything I've done so far and amplify it? Or how can I now learn ads? Or how can I now build a system where everyone can amplify each other's voice, not just amplify Akil's voice? Because if you feed the community, you never go hungry. No war zone do you see a baker hungry. No war zone do you see a baker hungry. No war zone do you see a baker's kids hungry. Maybe go be the baker everywhere. And that's how I think about it. You can go further, but like this community like stuck in my head is really like,
It's really good, man. It's an interesting way to see it. I like it. Yeah,
we can go to another one if you want.
I mean, it's let me look.
What's your question? You know what? Let me give this. This is the last one. The deepest insight I got this year about community was that all communities are like someone clap back at me in it because it's not even clap back. Discuss with me. All communities are about refinement. Every community that ever existed is about refinement. Like refine the way you live, refine the way you do family, refine the way you thrive, refine the way you learn, refine the way you refine the information you know about your interests. Like all community is about refinement, right? And then what's the source? Who's the source of that knowledge and information? You know what? Can you be the source of that knowledge and information? What do you have within your arsenal to play a role in that? Community is about refinement. What environment do you want to play in? Like, what channel? I chose WhatsApp. Where's your most natural channel? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Facebook? Is it, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok? Where's your environment that those people also live that want to be refined? Yeah, and then how do you distribute that? That's it. Like, and after you ask about distribution, it's like, how do you experiment with different ways of distributing that maximally? All right, cool. But how do you build your capacity to then take this seedling of an idea that you recognize can generate some results or some return? You've become the source of this refinement. You've chosen the platform where all these people are. You're distributing it well because the system is working and it's growing. You're experimenting with new methods to get more reach and so on and so forth. How do you build the capacity on that? And those are like the 6 steps I think about scaling communities now. That's been the most profound lesson of the year.
That's incredible.
That's
incredible.
But yeah, I've been geeking on this for a piece.
No, that's really cool.
And I think the fun I've been trying to take is in actioning it. Because like, I've been writing about a lot of what I think about now. Like, me and my friend Mike Harris have made a Substack called Make Community, because we were like, we really want to cover new and classic case studies, how to build communities and monetize audiences. Because I think people speak about building communities so much, but they don't talk about monetizing audiences. And so like, I'm keen to get people into that space. But yeah, I've been, it's like live and direct. Do something, try something, document your experience, keep going.
I appreciate it, man. And even with the Substack, I've been reading it, and so have my interns, to think about how we can use it. And like, yeah, it's been really great to see, like you said, like definitely the building community part can sometimes be easier. But then, like you said, like how do you monetize that? How do you grow from that?
And it's a journey. It's a journey I'm on too. Like I think what people might not recognize is that I'm out doing this stuff. I'm out maybe doing really cool, crazy, complex, whatever. I'm learning on the job. I'm learning in public. I'm probably like asking this great person who's an expert to hold my hand, but I'm actually learning in public. That's actually it. So I started this Substack with Mike is because I know how to build communities. I want to monetize audiences. This whole thing about scale up with sales is, I recognize that I've raised investment before, but investment is not the sweetest. I'd rather make a sale and never owe you nothing ever again. Like, that's a better way for me to live. How do I master these sales? How do I make a 7-figure sale? Let me learn that one. Like, that's where I'm at, right? Because I have to make a 6-figure sale, so how do I make a 7-figure sale? That's why I'm doing this scale up. That's why I do scale up. When I run BBR, it's like, I'm loved, cared, and supported. How do I share that with? How do I share the experience that I had in my career with others when I recognize it's not equal opportunity? Like, there's always these things where I'm just in my life.
Mental health is really important to us at Pick Up the Mic, and we love to share resources that can support your mental health. And that's why we are so glad to have today's sponsor. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get you started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live appointments when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't right for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at an affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/pickupthemic. I've also linked them down below in the description. So again, that's betterhelp.com/pickupthemic, MIC, and start your journey today.
I'm trying to create things, do things, be things to just navigate a challenge.
Yeah. It's perfect. Thank you. We're going to go on to the next question, which, funnily enough, you mentioned BBR. But BBR is one of the programs that you support. So the Black Business Residency, for those who don't know, we've mentioned it before, but it supports black-owned businesses with mentoring, coaching, masterclasses, free access to a co-working space for a year, and it's a transformative program. But as I mentioned, it's one of the programs that you've delivered, you've created, you've supported, and through that and all the other programs, you supported thousands of businesses. So I would like you to say, this is specifically for young people, but I'm happy to expand this to other barriers.
Yeah, okay.
But what were the most common barriers you've seen with young people? Right. What are the most common barriers you've seen young people face when starting out, and how do you help them overcome them? But I'm also happy to make this more generalized tonight.
No, I will answer this for young people because I don't address them at all. Yeah. Okay. There's so much stuff in the world for young people in this country specifically, right? I'm just like, if everyone is already over there, that's not where I need to be, because that's not what the change is at. Like, my change is always like the zag to someone's zig or whatever. Like, so I'm just like, let me go help your parents, because in my belief is like helping the middle-aged people is actually the most efficient way to help an economy, because that means if you upskill someone's parent, that means they can improve their life for their kid. They can improve their life for themselves. And they can really improve the life of their parents that they're really looking after. Right? Versus when you work on a young person, like it's a longer term investment where the realization is probably going to happen like 15 years later. I'm not saying it's not coming. It does come. I've been the product of those youth initiatives and programs, and I reflect regularly on how my life today would not be the same without them. But actually, there's more work to do in society and transforming things for the kids, transforming things for the parents. Now, back to the question, for young people, I think young people experience a lot of age discrimination, like, especially if they're trying to build a business or do something like that's a little bit more highbrow. Like, if you said a young person, say, I run a car business or a small product business, or I sell like makeup or tic-tac-toe or whatever, like, or Amazon accessories, people are like, okay, great. Are you running numbers? Don't even care. If you are running numbers, congratulations, put that in your pocket. But I think when people start doing a little bit more things, when people start doing things on a higher order of complexity, there's a lot less trust. I say that, but yet still Warwickshire has, the Warwickshire Council's leader in charge of £1.5 billion is actually an 18-year-old. Big up. I can't even say big up that party, I can't. But like, yeah, that's real. So ageism maybe is changing in society. But yes, so there's a newspaper headline screaming like, what the hell is he doing? And I think it's because of lack of trust. And there's lack of trust because there's not an opportunity to see any track record or experience. And so to the advice of young people doing things who experience an ageism, doing complex things, doing high-level things, who are experiencing an ageism, firstly, to anyone that challenges you, say thank you. And then ask them a question. Right? Thanks for sharing your opinion about this. Actually, what do you actually think about it? Go deeper. Ask them why. And the reason why I'm going to say ask them why is because after you ask someone why 5 times, they reveal their real deep truth. Right? It's called the 5 whys. It's like a research thing, right? But if you ask someone why 5 times, especially when the kids say, I don't know. When someone says, why? Why don't you know? I don't know because of this. Why don't you know because of that? I don't know because of this. And then you see the threads start teasing out, right? So ask them why. The second thing is make more stuff. Demonstrate your track record. Demonstrate your effectiveness. Track your impact. And because you'll probably be able to do stuff that they don't even know that exists yet. But they need to feel safe. Like, buying, engaging is like a psychological safety thing. And so when you're too young, they just don't feel safe because they identify you as a child. And so that demonstration of track record, that asking them why to surface their fear, and then that demonstration of track record will get you through.
Yeah, even like to add to that, like I didn't tell you, I did a pitch for a new initiative we're doing with Pick Up the Mic. And yeah, a large part of that pitch came about from not only like conversations with you, but also seeing how you emphasize to people that you can have a great idea, you can have a great service that you provide or whatever, but it's like what do you have to show that impact? And I know earlier this year, which I have done now, which is good. Yeah. But like you asked me, like, okay, so since you guys have started, how many views have you got? And I was like, I don't know. And you're just like, maybe that's something you should start collating and like putting into stuff.
How many views you got?
We've got 21 across all 4 channels. We've got 210,000 views across all pieces of content. And we have over 4,000 subscribers on all platforms and social media. But that was something I couldn't have said
How do you
before.
feel saying that out loud?
It feels wild, man. Like even when I saw the number, I was like, wow, this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice.
4 million people seeing your shit.
Yeah, man.
70 episodes. Like, and I think the reason why I get people to do that is because like you don't know till you know. Like, and certain people, I know me, you be deep in the trench. Deep in the trench! Sweating it out. Like, you could be deep in the trench, sweating it out, putting this thing out into the world. And after a while, after the first novelty wears off, and sometimes it might go quiet, and you might be thinking, why the hell am I still screaming into the void? People are listening. And I think that that idea that people are listening can be so empowering. It can be so empowering. And the challenge without tracking it is that 90% of people are silent. So for any community, any audience, right, there's this thing that I've learned called the 99-1 rule. 90% of people in the audience will never say a thing. 90%. So out of that 210,000 people, like 180,000 of them, so will never say anything. 9% will engage sometimes. There's likes, comments, clicks, yada, 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 yada. Probably will demonstrate a proportion of 9% of your audience. And then 1% of your audience are super users. The people that will engage every time and again, like, comment, share, this, that. So when you know that's true and you're screaming into the void, it's not that the void ain't listening, it's just that the void ain't responding. It's different. It's not they're not listening, it's they're not responding. And now you know that, and you've got some sensibility of like this 99-1 where you can like give yourself something. It's okay, it's normal. It's normal. It's like, when you realize that internet conversion is like 2 to 3%. You have to put that thing out 100 times to get 3 sales. Damn it. Like, but at least these rules of thumb or internet math or laws or whatever, like, allow you to act appropriately and adapt appropriately. And so now 210,000 people, and now you know the 99-1 rule. How are you going to leverage those 2,100 people that love you? Question.
Is this something you want me to know? Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, oof. But no, it's so true. And I feel like even based off something you shared with me and through another group that I've worked with called G-Team Academy, like they were just like, you've done loads of podcast episodes, or even like with our photography, videography service, they were just like, do you have any quotes of like what people have said? And they're like, we've got a few. And they're just like, but have you had one say like, oh, pick up the mic, really great, all of this. So that's why I also mentioned it, because for the pitch last week, I was like, one of the questions you had to answer was like, why us? And I was like, I could like use the stats, which I did. I used the stats. I said like, we work with this many organizations, this much growth. But then I was like, how can I change it? So I don't think I got the full pitch. If I do, I'll put the full video on YouTube, but if not, I'll put parts of it.
Do you make a sizzle reel?
I haven't, but I will.
Because you can. You've got enough content.
Yeah, I've got enough content.
So like, sizzle reel, like 210,000 listeners, 210,000 hours of views or whatever, like 4,000 subscribers across all platforms, engage with this many organizations, and like you can show some film and like advertising agencies do that shit all the time. Like they just make a sizzle reel, and the reason why they make a sizzle reel is because it's like, it's still the 10 slides that you're gonna put on the deck, but it's just with some live music and some bouncy images that people can be like, wow. Next thing you know, people are like, buy now. Like, that's what you need. I
will get on that.
Yes.
I will get on that. But actually, it was to say that we had, so I put quotes from like our celebration events of people who were interviewed and said like why they like pick up the mic. And it was good because like sometimes, like you said, you don't always see the impact, but it was nice to see. So like one person said like, pick up the mic is a place that a lot of entrepreneurs need but don't have. And I was like, damn, like, I never saw it like that.
All right.
And then what with the pitch. So I was like, one of my friends who with this initiative we're working together. I was like, "Are you free?" And she was like, "Yeah, I can come down." And basically, as a part of the pitch, I did storytelling. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to tell you a story about this person. She's got this idea. She wants to develop it. This is basically a wider context story. Put some stats, all of this stuff." And when it came to the end, I was like, "Oh, so you're probably wondering like, why did I even mention this story? Like, is it relevant? Like, what is this?" I was like, "Oh, this person, she's actually here today. She's in the audience. So like, I could tell you about like why you should back us, like why we're important, all of this stuff." But I was like, why don't you just have a conversation with her? Like, she's doing amazing work. She knows the work that we're doing. And yeah, like I told her a bit of context because I was like, I don't want to throw this on you. And you're like, why is he mentioning me? But yeah, like everyone in the audience was just like, this is really great. And even though we didn't win the pitch, like one of the big things we were told was that was like a really great storytelling moment because it was like, oh, we can learn about the impact that you're having from you. We can ask you questions, or we can actually hear from someone who's here, who's like here to support you and is happy to discuss like why she's supporting you.
That's a beautiful way to sell. When we were at Community, I still do this today actually. Like when we used to send the pitch, we used to immediately ask for an opportunity to present the pitch. Because we recognize people by vibes. When it came down to us, like we were a design studio, there's like design studios are a dime a dozen. The difference between a good design studio and a regular design studio, or a great design studio and a regular design studio, is packaging and vibes. Like packaging and vibes. And so when we used to pitch, we used to always ask to present. And that presentation always gave us an opportunity to communicate not what was on the slides and how we do it, but the passion and the thinking behind it, right? Because the passion is what's going to get you from the beginning to the end when it gets difficult in the middle. And the thinking and the approach is what's going to be able to bring the client along the way with you when sometimes you're going left when they think you should go right and they're calling you crazy, but this is your process, not theirs. You're guiding them. And so when you tell me that, you're now factoring in these moments into how you deliver your work and how you do it, firstly, sensational. Secondly, who you selling to? Let's not just do that just because we just want to capture it. Like maybe we just want to capture it, but also like who you selling to? And so like an example, like sometimes a year when I'm selling a new program to someone else, I'll get that person to come to a program event that's existing so that they can see how great we're really talking. Like, you think I'm joking? Like, so I remember a couple years ago, before I ran Pinterest Accelerator, I made her come to like a cohort 2.
Wow.
And so she saw or like an event I was doing like at the time, and she saw that and she was like, all right, cool, I think you got enough chops and you can execute. There's a different story behind that, but that happened. For Scale Up, right? Before Scale Up got signed off, their COO came to an event I had at Apple. Wow. And it's the same thing, right? People want to see and feel how excellent you are, not just what you wrote on paper. Like, they want to feel it. And so your version of feeling it was getting that person to stand up and say, hear out the horse's mouth. Or hear it from the originator. Like, for me, I was just like, come and experience it yourself. Come and let me know if I'm trying shit. Like, made sales every time. So my question now, sorry Jeffrey, is this your interview time? Who are you selling to? Because if you're doing those moments and you're making them real, number one, those formats are gold. Embed them in everything. You'll be surprised how like transformative those formats are, even though they're so simple. Embed them in everything, because that's literally the difference between like a 10% conversion rate and like a 50% conversion rate. Stupid. One little thing. And to be honest, it's a stack of those little things that make you edge towards improvement by a significant chunk. And then like identify your client and go sell, bro. You're creating these moments, you're producing these moments. Who else wants moments like that? Go sell that to them.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will this is context for me. I'm just gonna rewatch this episode. I've got a lot of notes. Got a lot of notes to be taken down.
Don't worry, you're getting the edit, I promise.
But we're going to start this next question with our mic check, which is a fact, figure, or story related to this episode. And this is from the Youth Business International. They did a survey in the UK, and 83% of young people aged 18 to 30 in the UK believe that entrepreneurship can be a force for good in society. But 41% say that they lack access to mentors or networks to help get them started. Mm-hmm. And this question is all around that, like, as we've mentioned, a lot of students, young people, even a lot of people in general, they are unsure about how to turn a good idea or a good project into a viable business or social enterprise. Mm-hmm. So what would be the first steps that you'd recommend that they take, especially when access to resources feel limited? And with the limited section, I don't actually remember I remember the stat, I don't remember who it's from, but even with the stats thing, the thing that I learned from you was the stat about black founders with venture capital. So if you could say that stat, but then...
There's a stat that says about 2% of women catch venture capital. And there's a stat that says about 0.02% of black business catches venture capital. Right? But before we even get to the pool of venture capital, the percentage of businesses that get it, there's a wider context. 99% of businesses never raise money. So before you talk about this venture capital thing, the venture capital thing is only talking about the 1% of businesses that actually try and raise in the first place. There's 5 million businesses in the UK. 99% of them never raise money. Start there. So, actually this raising money game is only for the 1%. The 1%. Remember that 1%. So now when we start talking about black founders and the 0.02% of black founders raising, it's 0.02% at 1%. So it's smaller than... Do you get where I'm going? It's easier for you to climb Everest than catch venture money as a black business. It's easier for you to climb Everest than to catch venture money as a black business. According to the stats, doesn't mean it's not possible, because people are out there that exist, they are the unicorns, they are the founders that have been mega successful, but as a trajectory point starting off, unless you are just addicted to hard, like, my own is that raising money is not like that. I've also raised money, so I am also addicted to hard. But my experience would be to tell you to sell something. Yes, I'm looking at you. You. Sell something. Please sell something. And so actually, for the founders starting out, to give you the correct answer, I hate to be the old fogey that actually says this. Times are different now. Information access is even more dynamic than it used to be, right? Because beforehand, like in my day, I'd open Google search and search up. I'd open like the first 10 pages and read everything on the first 10 pages, and now I'm expert overnight. Now a GPT will do the summarizing and writing for you. So step number 1, invest £20 a month into it, GPT. You now have an assistant and whatever. And like, a lot of these things might not give you like 100% accuracy on advice. But then which human is 100% accurate anyway? Not any that I know. Which human is 70% accurate anyway? Not any that I know. And so actually this thing's churning out decent information. And what you now need to train yourself to do is be critical and ask even more questions. Be critical and ask bare questions of everything in life. Spend £20 a month on a GPT. You now have a workforce, especially if you're an information service business, like you now have a workforce, and even if you're not, you now have a workforce, still with the output of 1, but you can produce a lot more now. And you've got curiosity. Step 1 and 2. Step 3, try to package whatever you do really well and try to sell it immediately. Don't wait to be perfect, don't wait to be like sensational, don't sell it immediately. And the reason why I'm telling you sell it immediately is because the sooner the rubber meets the road, the better. There are not many industries where like you selling a bad product will tarnish your name forever. Like, no one cares that much. They don't. Unless you're selling like a healthcare product or a childcare product or like something highly regulated, no one cares. And so if the first sale is bad, the first sale is bad. But go home, take your notes, and try and prove it. Your second sale. Those are my 3. Like, because after that, You're curious to ask some questions. You got something that can answer said questions. And you're going outside meeting people to sell stuff. The universe loves that shit. That like all the tinglies are gonna spark for the universe to start driving you to wherever you need to go, and that's because you're asking the right questions, learning the right things, and meeting enough people that are gonna get you there. That's it.
Perfect. Yeah, I've got nothing else to add. I like it. Now we come to the final question. To be honest, I wouldn't even say this is. I'd say this is one that I'm very interested in, but I think this is probably, out of all of them, could be potentially the easiest question to answer. So,
I'm scared. I'll see for questions as well. I don't know why.
You've worked with a lot of major names, including the likes of Morgan Stanley. You've worked with Google. You've worked with Somerset House. You mentioned Pinterest as well. What lessons have you learned in building partnerships that students and early stage entrepreneurs should keep in mind when they go into trying to build partnerships?
Take people's mobile phone number. Yeah, nothing beats a text message. Like, text is the most pervasive commerce platform ever. So like, take everyone's phone number so you can firstly reach them, especially like after you send them mail, just in inbox. Like, I love doing that to people. I love sending an email, just send an inbox. Because like, it just spurs them to engage with you in a particular way. Don't tell them what's in the email, just send inbox. Hey, just sent your message, check inbox. Take everyone's phone number. Have clarity. You know what? For sponsorship relationships, right? Because I have to talk about this in a real clear way. For like B2B, you've made a sale, and you've made a sale to serve and solve something that they needed, they requested, and you're just like delivering in like your process to do so. Passion is your thing, right? Passion and expertise is the great start. And then like they already needed that thing, so they're already investing in getting to the end. I think sponsorship's a little bit different for some reason, because like you're now doing a thing and asking for their resource to continue doing this thing, and so mission, vision, and values always have to align. Like when you're serving someone who already knows they've got a problem, but with sponsorship, sometimes that's not always clear. So mission, vision, and values need to align. And so like I land on clarity. First, have clarity. Second, take their phone number. Third, write down your clarity and email it. Go. And I think that clarity affords people to know what you're about. That clarity affords people to know what they're paying for. Can you come sponsor me to do this thing? What are you doing? Well, I think I'm going to reach this little people, some community over here like this. I don't care. Why? Are your customers my customers? If not, it's not working. You sound vague. Do you even have a plan? You're asking me to give you money. Do you not have a plan? Not working. How long are you going to execute for? What does success look like for us? You don't have, how are you going to measure it? Don't have that, not working. So I guess like that feedback loop, isn't it? Clarity, take their phone number, message and email them, feedback. How are you going to collect it? Like, from that, I think you can build out a decent enough relationship, because now you're in dialogue and you're communicating. And deliver. And I think this is the last part which has distinguished, because I deep to it, like, I had an opportunity to, am I allowed to say this? Yeah, I probably can. MSC, I've just signed my 7th year of MSCs actually.
Incredible.
My 7th sponsorship year. That shouldn't be true. You should not be like, thank goodness, because they're really amazing people, but you shouldn't, the likelihood of you signing a 7-year sponsorship agreement is unreal, right? And we sign them year on year, or 1 year, 2 year, 2 year, 2 year, 1 year, like we've been broken down. It hasn't all just been like our 7-year punt. No one can see that far. But I just signed my 7th year and I'm just like, that's insane to me. But the only reason why that 7th year was even allowed to run was because that dialogue and then a delivery of results. Because based on that clarity, based on that feedback loop, based on that passion, I really went outside and did it. We really went outside and did it because they gave us the money now. It's not just me. A couple years ago, I used to run like loads of different programs at once. And then I think I went through a consolidation effort because I was just like, being Akil in a million places is tiresome. And I really think I want to focus on my goal, right? So with the BBR, my whole goal is to take it on this journey where we create a business school for Black and minority communities, right? And the reason why I wanted a business school for Black and minority communities is because I believe that degree level education plus enterprise generated wealth. And if you look at wealth generators, those are the only self-determining factors. The rest is just basically inheritance or someone gave you a chunk of cash, right? So in wanting to help Black and minority communities build wealth, that was it. And so when I said, how did I start? I started with a workshop years ago, and then we did Mentor Black Business, which was the lectures, right? Then we did Mentor Black Business, which was a version of the tutoring, which was a version of tutoring. Then when we came here and ran like the BBI, now BBR, it was just like, okay, the accelerator program is going to be the next version of a master's course, right? And then what I need every university has a prestigious building, so I need a prestigious building to deliver it. I'm already at Somerset House. How do we get that to run? And then we've run that at Somerset House a few years, and we proved out that enterprise alone, teaching someone how to run a business alone will yield some great results, right? Because our founders earn double the national average, right? And so you've proven that. And then this year we finally get to adding Goldsmiths into the mix, where we get to add degree level education into it now. So this year, honestly, I'm expecting us to get 3-4x out of this instead of 2x, right? And after you prove that, then I can go to like every impact investor and say, yo, after the last 8-9 years, fucking hell. I even realized I started that run, but like it's crazy. And we'll talk about another lens of sponsorship about proving it as well, because I think that's an important story. 100%. But like 8-9 years now, because that by the time I get there, it'll be 27. And then we'll probably be launching like the Culture Innovators program instead. Like, so by the time we get to the end of cohort 6, maybe the end of cohort 7, because I might need 2 years. I might want 2 years of data. But yeah, 8-9 years in, and I would have proven the whole model. All I need is a university number. I can go raise money for that now. I got a fucking track record. I got pedigree. I raised. By the time we get there, we're probably like £1.5-2 million in funding. Like you would have done all of it to get to the stage of saying, "Nah, we really delivered." But because that's the goal, and I've always had that really big goal of delivering on that, all this stuff is chicken change until I get there. This is just quote unquote the journey. It just happens to be really extraordinary. But you don't get to 7 years of MNC Statue without delivery all the way through and that clarity of vision. I had that vision when I very first started in 2019. It hasn't changed. I've pivoted, I've chopped, I've changed, I've twisted, but the vision hasn't changed. I say that story to every funder that comes in the room. And if I hide it, I will definitely tell them about the wealth creation. That's clarity. I took the number, then I emailed them, then I collected the feedback. We worked on the KPIs to prove, measure out. We had an independent evaluation last year, right? And that independent evaluation proved that what I already knew 6 months ahead, I just had to keep quiet because they had to prove it, not me. And that is why you get those long-term relationships, because we really delivered. You really delivered. And the rest of the team really delivered. But that's how you get there. Now, another story, along that journey, how we couldn't have got here, I will keep the names anonymous so you can publish this story. I had a program where we got 50k for our initial year. It wasn't enough, but hey, someone gave us 50 racks, why not? Let's try thing. And we rolled out the program and we were stretched and this and that and the other. And we knew from the very beginning that it wasn't enough. And so we got to about a third of the way through and we were like, funder, please, great, you're a billionaire multiple times over, bless us. And they were like, nah, take what you got and work with it. and they were a little bit like tense about it, right? And I was just like, slow down, thank you. And I went about my business, but then I think that same year, me going about my business, I was relentless with it. Sometimes I can get into like a little bit of a... So I was relentless with my fundraising. And then I came and put my own 80 bags on the table. I said, Funder, I know you gave me 50, but for the next year I'm putting my own 80 bags on the table. They looked at me and was like, who the fuck are you? Because who am I? A multi-billion-dollar organization looking at me. I'm asking them for money, and then look at me and I put my own 80 racks on the table. Not the institutional partner, Akil, put 80 racks on the table. Out of my bank account. I was like, firstly, I was proud that I even found the money to do it. But secondly, when they looked at me, they were like, holy shit. They said, like, within 6 months, they signed a 2-year deal at double the money.
Wow.
And so I was sitting in like 2021 with a contract for a program that fell out of my head. 3 years. I'm sitting in the height of the pandemic. I've just bought a house with my ex-wife or whatever, like, and I know that money is going to live till 2024. By the time I got divorced when I started separated from my ex-wife in 2023 and got divorced over that maybe span of a year, 9 months to a year, my head was so mashed up, I couldn't really make no money. But should I tell you what was paying my bills and paying for my kids? That contract. And so I tell that story because like, that tells you about how powerful execution can be to providing for you and yours for a long-term period in the future. Like, the work you do today is not just the work for today, it's the work for tomorrow, next year, and forever. Like, and in being able to show up so hard in 2021 and then answer that who the hell are you question and put my own on the table and really leverage that to get a commitment. It afforded me, my family, the likelihood that I would fail. Like, because there's a lot of this story there's a lot of failures that we haven't covered, right? There's bare failures that we haven't covered. But it helps hedge against that. If you ever want to have deep long-term relationships with multinational organizations, take their number, come with clarity, email them and text them, have some method of how you're going to deliver that thing effectively and collect some feedback. Deliver. You're going to be all right.
That's perfect. Thank you. We're going to go on to passing the mic, where we will swap roles. So, Akil, this is your time to ask me questions that you have prepared. Let me know what the questions are.
All right. How old are you today?
I'm going to be 26 next week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's a good time to be asking you these questions. All right, so when I ask these questions, you can throw yourself into whatever future you would like. They have to be your future.
Okay.
Who do you want to be when you grow up?
Okay. This has been something I've been trying to figure out recently. I think I did a LinkedIn learning course that was really interesting, and it was talking about like, essentially everyone's got a core skill set. So they said they've got 10 core, they recommend like there's 10, and they were just like, rather than it being like your, I don't know, like an I think innovation, to be fair, is one of them, but it was like words rather than like job titles. So it was like, words is one of them, so you're really good with your words. So you might be like a motivational speaker, you might be a host, a podcaster, whatever. Then there's innovation. So you might be a creative or an entrepreneur, you like creating things, etc., etc. And then she was saying, it's interesting because these things will overlap. So you might have someone who's good with movement, which is one of them. So they might do a lot of fitness stuff, but they might be really good with their words. So they're going to be like a fitness influencer, talking about their journey, motivating other people, their health. And this has been really interesting for me because for me, I've found it useful to get into the mindset of like, what are my core skill sets? But then also she mentions like, if you're in a role or like a job or project that isn't harnessing it, those core skill sets will get dull and you'll lose out on this. So for me, Where do I see myself in the future, or what do I want to be when I grow up? I want to be delivering Pick Up the Mic. I want to be delivering one of our new initiative, the Fund and Flourish Lab, which is going to support people to essentially achieve their dreams. I want to be at a stage where kind of like, I don't know, like me, a bit of background is my mum, my sisters, and I really love Undercover Boss. And I like the idea of like, I don't know, like just meeting someone and like I've met a lot of cool people through Pick Up the Mic, and I've recommended them for opportunities, I put work their way, but I was just like, sometimes I just like to me, the ideal version would be, also I meet someone at an event, they're like, yeah, I've got this idea, I've got this thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, here's like, how much do you need for it? Yeah, this is the money, like.
So you want a Simon Squid?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I want to because I'm like, it is, yeah, like I feel like I meet a lot of cool people, and I'm not even saying like community partners that we've got or like people that we work with. Like I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, this person got a really cool project idea, maybe they're great at event hosting, and I'm like, yeah, I should be able to just turn around and be like, look, I love what you're doing. I'm gonna give you this much. Like I'm just like, I don't need a return on investment. If you want to shout me out, great, but like, I want to be like undercover. So like my ideal situation is I've got loads of money, but then I'm the same guy that can still like rock up to like an anime event or like a gaming event and no one knows who I am. And yeah, so that's what I want to be when I grow up.
All right, and my last question. No. That's the first question. That was the first question. I got three in a recommendation now, but I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Second question. How much do you think that will cost? Like, even if it's like sometimes it's hard to say like per year, right? So even if you thought about it on a monthly, how much would you being who you want to be when you grow up cost? And capture your whole life. Either you can be talking about your business burn rate, or you can be talking about like your personal salary. Because I don't know how you want to be this undercover boss. I don't know.
No, it's true. Yeah, how much does it cost? Numbers-wise, I wouldn't say I have an exact number. I would say definitely that's triple digits. Triple digits per month would be a bit too small.
Triple digits per month?
I mean, if I could get like four digits per month would be nice.
Bro, like, we're talking about you're feeding your family, you're paying your team, you're delivering on this whatever dream it is. Like, what's
six figures a year minimum.
All right, that's so we're talking about your business or your personal?
This is both.
Have you decided?
This is both. Like, I mean, business, 6 figures.
For the year or the month?
The year. Oh, I mean, if I got it in a month.
This is your dream, my guy. Stop trying to negotiate with me on your dreams.
All right, 6 figures per month.
100 or 200 or 500?
500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big business.
That's a big business.
That's a big business.
That's a big business.
I like.
Thank you.
All right. 5 times is 60. That's a 6 mil business. Man, like. All right.
Yeah.
Shit. Next.
Yeah.
So that's how much it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
$500,000 a month.
Yeah.
All right. Shit. So you want to be Simon Squib energy.
Yep.
You want to be burning $500,000 a month.
Yep.
Hopefully, you maybe make it like triple that.
Right.
Hey. What's your first step?
I think it's like what we discussed this before, and I brought it up with someone in the space today. I think it's like we said. I think sometimes, like we mentioned, a lot of people get into the mindset of like they need funding to develop their ideas. They need funding to get to that position. But I think from both working with you and just being in the space with you, and sometimes in these rooms when you're talking to people about like your projects and your work, it's just like you just gotta like get out there and like cool. And like just message, book, like you said, like book a chat, present, like follow up with conversations. And I think through even like this new initiative, the Fund and Flourish Lab, like that's literally what I've been doing. So yeah, I won't mention the names here, I'll tell you afterwards, but like we met like 2 organizations I reached out to, and like the conversations are good. I do have to follow up. I did not get phone numbers, so that will be my next step.
That's okay.
But literally, like we said, like I know that like this project is good. I just need to like get out there and start reaching out to people.
I always think so. There's like my friend. I need to take some time to catch the 10 thoughts that I would just try to say. Alright. Okay. I have to, because otherwise I'll be talking like this, and like there's no coherence to it. So like the lesson I always gave myself was, just take a beat. Like this, the camera won't even know, people won't even know. Like, if you stop for like a couple seconds, this is just what happens. So sometimes I have to stop. But I'll start here.
Okay.
My friend Joe, they are like, in my mind, my eyes, the king of industrial design. Like, to me, no better industrial designer. Joe Barnard is it. They are them. Like, step one. And what she said was like, what she turned around and told us was this idea that, number one, when you're trying to bring something to life, what is the smallest possible way it can exist? So remember when I told you like, I had that big university dream and vision. When I told you I've been carrying that for like forever. When I asked myself, what's the smallest way that could live, breathe, and exist? It was as a workshop on top of a cafe in Elephant and Castle. And the reason why it took that shape and form is because I asked myself, what's a university really? So that's a house where bare lectures happen. And they hand out certificates, right? And so I was like, might not hand out certificates that day, but let's find a place to do some lectures. Right? And that's how it started. And then I started evolving the idea, but that was the seed. So and that's why I got good at events, right? Because in my mind, these are just lectures. Right? And then like the mentorship was the tutoring. And so I then elevated, and then we got to some workspace and then fancy buildings, and not telling that story twice. Smallest way you can bring things to life. So you know this like Fund and Flourish Lab. Fund and Flourish Lab.
Yeah.
Are you working with Priscilla on it?
Yeah, she's...
That sounds about right. No, I just knew the sound of the business, isn't it? It's cool. You two are cool. But like this whole idea now is like, what's the smallest way you can bring this to life? Literally, and you ask yourself, out of all the bells and whistles, what's the most critical thing that, if this isn't here, it's not it? And then bring that to life, right? And so I know from my experience, I've spent years receiving sponsorship, but then also starting to give it, right? Because I realized B2B2C, the easiest way to reach people. So I'll either B2B2C making money or I'll B2B2C doing community reach. And so after a while, I realized I had a USP where I had great access to venues across the city for free, whilst everyone else would have had to pay top dollar. So my arbitrage was like, arbitrage is where you can get something significantly cheaper than what you could sell it for, move it for, or gain price for. And so my arbitrage was in venue space. Had all of it up until maybe 23. It's completely, the landscape's changed now. And with that, what I've done and what I did was I just sponsored bare people by giving them space. Because that was the thing that everyone needed, but no one had. Did that bare people. So like, sometimes when I would write in my impact report, like I've reached thousands of businesses a year, it's because I did firstly, but it was all through leverage. Like out of the businesses, if I worked with 2,000 businesses a year, I would only have to reach 500 from me and then like 1,500 through other people, just leveraging the spaces I had. And I was still sharp in the room. Probably sat at the back, similar to you would describe. People would also call me to the front to say, thank you for giving me space, but you can say, don't do that. And you can go be your fly on the wall. And so like, actually a lot of this stuff is more accessible, because also if you did the commercial value of the space, like if we talk about upstairs, I can get upstairs on a subsidized rate compared to everyone else. Minimum price for upstairs starts at 2.5 racks. They'll give it to me for what, 20% of the price? Now after you add the bells and whistles, it starts to stack right back up to the 2.5 rack. But that means that, my access and your access are not the same, and I get to leverage that. And if I have to do a economic impact assessment of my work, you write down the RRP. If you do 10 events a year, you've given away 15. If you've done 10 events a year at 2.5 grand, pick up the mic, gave 25 racks. Actually, only cost them maybe 5, but they did that at 25 racks of that social impact. Crazy work. And now, if you can get a partner to cover the 5, whilst you release 25 grand of social impact, you're a magician, no? You gave £1 to equal 5 to start with before you even did anything, and then there was social impact on top of that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Jeez. But like, that's how I would think about it.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, are we done?
I mean, unless you got another question.
No, that was really it. Like, who did you want to be? How much did it cost? And what's your first step? Because I'm really, I think it's been such a joy and a blessing working with you. I think you're maturing out of this.
Thank you.
And I don't see that as a bad thing at all. But now, go out and do the thing, man. I want you to be able to do that as prepared and as supported as possible, because usually it takes a lot longer than you think for the money to hit your account. Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Was it?
Yeah, this is it.
Thank you. We're going to go into MC of the Month, an organizational individual that does incredible work, and you didn't know this, but MC of the Month does. So, you guys are essentially a powerhouse social enterprise transforming the landscape of entrepreneurship for underrepresented communities. You have spoken about it, but as you mentioned, I have collated different stats actually about your business. So you have supported over, I've got 85,000, not 85. Maybe. But not yet. But it's coming.
We're at 13,000 now.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. And so that's another thing with leverage, right? Like in the last 2 years, I've actually run really tight programs. Like my focus has been on actually the accelerator side. But then you partner with people like Super Team and the Solana Foundation, and they're bringing like 1,000 people a year. That's still, if you look at where the money goes and how, I'm right in the middle, and if I don't exist, it doesn't happen. Yeah.
That's incredible, man. But yeah.
13,000 people.
Yeah. And I've said, we've got it here, but you've spoken about all the incredible work that you're doing, but you're breaking barriers, you're building bridges for the next generation of change makers and innovators, but you're also leading it with a community-driven, a community-driven vision. And whether that's through the programs that you're supporting or even like the businesses that you're supporting through these programs, you are encouraging a community-driven approach, which is really great.
Thank you.
This is now the last section before we wrap up.
Okay.
It's the takeaway section. I keep joking. I'm actually working on it, and based on this conversation, I will have a few calls to do. But we will get this sponsored by someone. But we're not delivering food just yet. We're delivering messages for you to go home with. And as the final guest of, I guess, season 7, we've had a lot of great messages, but also we've had a lot of entrepreneurs on this podcast in this season. Funnily enough, 2 episodes before we had Giovanna. So yeah, I would say we've spoken about a lot, but a lot of the topics we've talked about have been relevant to this whole season. So both a message for people to take home from this episode, but based on I guess the whole conversation's theme, a message that you would say is a great way to summarize this whole season.
This whole season. I want to make a prediction that in 5 years' time, Jeffrey's dominating something, and he's dominating it it's going to be so unsuspecting, and we saw it first. I think that's what I want to say on record.
Okay.
We saw it first. So what he's talking about, 2030.
Yeah.
I can believe that. I can really believe that. And that's, I can make that bet on the person. Not pick up the mic, I can actually just make that bet on you.
Wow.
The second for the audience is if you feed the community, you will never go hungry has been the deepest insight of my life. Take that. Build out your own interpretation for it. Whatever you need to do. But it's been so resolutely true for everything. That's why I guess I've also learned how to build communities, because I was like, if you look after a community, you never go hungry then. Or if I look after loads of communities, I'm gonna be rich. And because I believe when power and love are shared, they are not diminished. I'm at zero loss for even engaging in this thing. It's bare upside. And if I can just be a decent human being and follow through on everything I said I was, that's the only reason why, like, your problems in your life are created by you, innit? Like, I think that's one thing that I've really had to learn over the last year and a half. Like, your problems in life are created by you, one way, shape, or form. Like, you made a mistake or you didn't, or you did something, whatever. Like, it's created by you, unemotionally about it. And so, when you follow through and do everything you say you're gonna do, and you're feeding the community, that shit's eternal. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, like, no baker in a war zone's kids are hungry. It's true. And there's bad wars outside.
That is definitely true as well. Thank you, man. That's it. We're wrapping up season 7. Thank you to all of you wonderful people. Before we let our guests go and we do the outro, this is your opportunity. That's all right. This is your opportunity. Anything you've got coming up, anything you want to shout out
When's
about.
this coming out?
This, if this is what I think you're thinking about, it should be out. Oof, when will it be out? Not that. Potentially the end of July. So for
end of July. Okay, no. Oh, that's bare stuff to tell people, but end of July might be.
I mean, I can.
Nah, so there's bare stuff. Jeffrey says I run programs, which is true. I run programs. So I don't know when this is gonna be, so we're gonna try. Entrepreneurial Therapy Club coming soon. Apple Covent Garden, September 2025. Nice. Scale Up is a program I'm running with Alaka Bank, and our mission is to support 1,000 ambitious businesses from across the UK to grow. Come and join us. Like, it's me on a sales mission, learning how to make sales, because as we described, like, it's easier for you to climb Everest than raise venture money. So let's do it the easy way. Let's sell something. BBR6 is launching. My baby is 6. It's just insane. Well, to be honest, BBR is as old as Mars. Mars is 4.
Wow.
Because Mars came when BBR started. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's insane. But yeah, BBR6 is coming. Applications are in July, open from July. So I'm assuming by this time this releases, there'll still be time to apply. So please apply. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. And I'll see you soon. I'm accessible. You can text me. Like, I'm being serious. Jeffrey, please put my number there.
You can make it a bit
there. Alright, thanks.
Thanks, man. Thank you to you, our wonderful audience, for joining us not only for this incredible episode, but for 10 episodes of this season. If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe is always appreciated. If you want to make sure you don't miss other episodes on the Pick Up the Mic YouTube channel, then make sure you click the notification bell at the bottom of the video. If you're watching on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, other listening platforms, give us that 5-star rating, because we appreciate it. If you want to receive some merch or support the work that we're doing, you can check out either our Patreon page or our YouTube channel.
I want merch.
You want merch?
I want merch. I didn't know there's merch.
We got merch. Yeah, we got. I was gonna wear it today, but it's a bit too warm. We got a Pick Up the Mic T-shirt, which at the front has "It's time to pick up the mic" with our 4 different main logos, and then on the back it's got a Latin quote that is very important to me individually, but also I would say represents what we do. It's called "Sig Parvis Magnum," means greatness from small beginnings.
I believe in that. I probably wear that on Sundays.
I can get you.
Yeah, I want that one.
But if you want to see that, we also have a notepad which has "It's time to pick up the mic" on it as well, so people can sort of like
write their thoughts.
Yeah. So if you want to receive those 2, please check out. You get a discount if you're a Patreon member, but I can include the links to all of that below. Then next is if you want to keep an eye on our other content on our other channels, so our gaming channel, our sci-fi channel, or our anime channel, then please do check out under the For You page. If you head to Pick Up the Mic, the main YouTube channel, and then just scroll down, you'll see all of them linked there. You can subscribe, click the notification bell, and not miss any of their videos. And then we'll have something fun planned for the first episode of season 8. As you know, we add something new every season. It might be a new title card. It might be a new segment. It might be giving you, whether it's our Patreon members, they'll most likely take priority, but maybe one of you in the community an opportunity to ask a guest a question, or even to maybe come onto the finale of season 8. But yeah, we're not stopping. Season 8 is coming. It will come soon, so keep an eye on the space. But yeah, before we wrap up, because this episode, even though I know we recently scheduled it, as soon as I started working with you was something I was very much interested in doing. And I wanted to give you your flowers before we wrap up.
Oh Jesus, what? Because we didn't get to do this at the event. Oh man.
So for any attendees of the Big Four earlier this year, you would know that we awarded people in our community for the incredible work that they did or are doing. And yeah, Akil was one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember which one I gave you. I apologize.
I don't know. Like on my desk. I keep it in the office. Cause I'm like so proud of that. I was like, I won an award this year without trying. I was so like happy with receiving it. Thank you.
No, honestly, man, I think, like you said, the last like almost 2 years of working here has been an incredible experience. But I would say definitely a part of that, working with you has been really great. I've learned a lot about entrepreneurship. I've learned a lot about like you said, like the not intensity, but like sometimes just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Like I'm gonna deliver and it's gonna work, and I have to find a way to make it work. And I feel like there's, yeah, like I said, like, and that's why I always bring up the story about the interview, because to me, it's like, if I didn't apply for this job, or even arguably, I would say, I'm not saying like if you're a BBR member, you don't get the great experience, you don't get to know Akil and stuff, but I would say, if I hadn't applied for this job, and even if I was just a member, join the co-working space, I don't think Pick Up the Mic and myself would be where I am today without the lessons that I've learned through the wider team, through having conversations with you. And yeah, man, it's just been like incredible to be a part of this space.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I think that's even insight for me, because I think, you know, it's just about time. You've got to spend a longer period of time with me. And because so many people poured into my life with so much emotional depth, I really try and do that with other people. And those relationships are now spreading like 5-10 years, right? And they've been transformative to how I be or how I have been. And so like being able to spend such a long period of time with you is really interesting, right? So another example of someone who's got such a similar experience is Jamali. Right, Jamali joined me in maybe 22 and spent a year with me, spent all of 22, maybe 23 working with me. And then we transitioned over to 20, then he started doing his own thing, transitioned over to 24, and he was like, really successful now, like, and he, like, big up him, but he teaches me so much, but he also talks about how transformative that kind of experience might have been. And I recognize it's just time, and time with people that can push you and stretch you and encourage you can be so transformative. And I had that with my co-founders when we were starting the business. I was not this person. I'm a manufactured product of love, care, and support, right? Over a sustained period of time. And so I really try and give that to other people. And so I guess you benefit from time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I think one final thing I'll say before we head out is, yeah, man, I think it's just been like, I think if I was to say one thing that you've taught me across knowing each other is one, I'll do it in 3. 1, show up. 2 is, like you said, about community, like so in love, getting involved. And even, I think, like you said, like I told you about some like personal stuff a friend was going with, and you were just like, just be there. Like sometimes you just got to be there for someone, and you don't need to say anything, you don't need to do anything, just like be an option for them.
I wish I remembered these moments.
I'll tell you off camera, but yeah, no. And literally, like I met up with that person like earlier this week, and like they said the exact same thing. Like they really enjoyed just catching up, and not necessarily me doing anything they're like big, but just catching up. But yeah, the final one, which of all 3, I would say is probably the most important lesson I've learned, is you showed me that, like, I guess when I started working here, or even like with any job, I've always gone in the mindset of I do pick up the mic, and then employee Jeffrey are 2 separate people. And there might be sometimes overlaps where like certain things happen, but for the most part, they're 2 separate people. But I think, again, this is another moment. So I think earlier this year, like we were talking and you were just like, oh, like it's interesting to see like the way you light up and like you're different when I'm coming in and I'm doing pick up the mic stuff than when I'm coming in as like employee Jeffrey. And that's not to say like I don't like my job or whatever, but you're just like the creativeness between the two is so different. And it's encouraged me to embed that creativity a bit more into my work and like how I do things. But it's also encouraged me to like see that like, I guess linking to like transferable skills, like there's lessons I've learned from like entrepreneur Jeffrey that are so important to like employee Jeffrey. And like you said with the job, like that's why I said like I love the idea. Like when this job came up, the reason why I applied was because like not only am I learning about how to develop as an entrepreneur and working with organizations and all of this stuff, but I'm also learning like how can I like support people better? How can I be like a better like community leader or community like driven person? And yeah, man, like I said, it's wild to think that I've been in for almost, this is even last, Christmas when I realized like this is the longest that I've ever been in a job. And like, I was like, I've only been in this long because it's been like a good experience and I've actually matured and learned stuff.
So people don't usually leave their jobs, they leave their managers. So that means like the team is good. Thank goodness. Like I keep praying about that. Bad teams can really like flush a lot of money down the toilet. So I'm really passionate about that. So thank you. This whole idea of integrate your whole self is because bare people can do a job. What makes it distinctive is actually the person doing it. And like when you can bring all your skills to the table and they integrate and you be able to switch between program to entrepreneur to videographer to sound guy to this to that, and you like the breadth of experience you can give something changes drastically when you start factoring in all those different things. Because it's not even just the connection between 1 to 2, it's the connection between 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and like all those different things create like such a mesh of opportunity. And that opportunity and those options give you, it's almost like your own Swiss Army knife of skills that you can bring to a problem that other people can't. That idea of show up, and when you show up, participate, that's actually how you get like a forever long consistency out of something, you know? Because I don't usually have to like being here. I do because like, thank goodness, this is the top life I chose. But like, actually, if you just drag yourself there, and when you get there, try a little bit, and after you try a little bit, just a little bit more, and pay attention to how you feel in the process, like, you outpace like 99% of your competitors. Because like, there's the 1% of people that can like have their life so much in order, they can move at lightning speed for a really long time. But the truth of the matter is, people have got too much stuff going on in their lives and they're too like loath to clear it to actually like be that person. So you see those fastest growing lists of companies, them people there have teams that are doing life, sweat, blood, sweat and tears in that place, and they're really dedicated to the cause. But actually, if you want, and that's the 10 to 100x style organizations, that pace is sickening for me. But I can 3 to 5x, and in a 3 to 5x environment, actually, you know what? They show up every day, rain or shine. They participate and deliver, and they're self-aware whilst they're doing so, so that they know how to feel and they can improve. That's a combination you can't fight. And so if you've learned that, my prediction is going to be fine. I think that's a beautiful place to end.
Thank you, man. So yeah, we're going to wrap up there. Thank you everyone for coming, and we will see you in season 8 of The Student Guide. That's a bye from us, and have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Cool.